Right, so following up from the last video, I have my ice tray and I've just planted all the seeds that I want to plant. So you can see I've taken the little tags that I made with the milk bottles. If you haven't seen that, the last video covers it. And then what I've done is each little tray, or at least each little cell, has a different plant that I want to grow in here. Now there's quite a few different plants that I want to cover. I'm not going to go in depth in everything, just very quickly. I've got Mizuna, Chinese chives, greyhound spinach, that's perpetual spinach, Welsh onions, chives. There's a new one called rosa something. I forgotten the name of it for the moment, but these are just ones that I personally want to grow. I'll do a more in-depth video depending on which way your window is facing, so you know what would grow the best on your windowsill. But all I'm going to do is, how do you plant these seeds and get them growing? So we've already put down the potting mix. I've labeled all the previous ones. These ones I haven't put the seeds in yet. These ones I bought, so I just cut the tag in half so I could fit it in properly in the cell. And now we're going to go ahead and put the seeds in. These are going to be the seeds that I'm going to grow. They were not £2. I got them for 25p because I got them in the sale at the end of the season. This is what some of the seeds look like. As you can see, they are absolutely tiny. But what we are going to do is we're going to go and put them in the cells. And what you are going to do, especially with seeds this small, is you don't just put one seed per cell. You're going to put a small pinch of those seeds in each cell. And if it gets a little bit overcrowded, then you're just going to cut down some of those seeds just so that the strongest survives. This is how many seeds I've put in per cell, and now I need to cover that up with a little bit of potting mix. I'm going to be giving all of these a little bit of a dusting of worm castings just to get them going absolutely crazy and growing as strong as possible, but you're just going to lightly put a small layer of that. You're not going to press it down into a brick, just a light layer, and then you're going to get a spray bottle, spray everything so that it's damp, and then we're going to wait for them to sprout. I'm keeping this just on a plate so that if it does get a little bit full, it can still drain through the bottom, but the same idea is going to apply if you're just growing directly into a tin can. Put the seeds, try and sprinkle them around. Don't just put it in one little blob in the middle, because then if you have to thin them out, it's easier to thin them out. And then cover them with a light layer of potting mix and spray it so it's nice and damp, and put it on the windowsill. I'm going to put this here for the moment. I do need to move my little solar panel so that they get as much light as possible, but I'm just going to keep these on the windowsill until we start to see them germinate. Next up in the series, I'll cover each window that you might have, because if you're living in flats, some of you are going to be south facing, which is going to be the best one. Some of you are going to be east facing, so you'll just get that morning sun, and then around midday, the sun is going to move and you're not going to get any more direct sunlight. Some of you are going to be west facing, so from midday onwards, you should start to get the sun coming in through your windows. And the one which is going to be the trickiest is north facing, because you're going to get no direct sunlight.